I would love to tell you one, but I don't know if I can tell you it. It's really big. It changed culture.
Oh, okay. What? Let me guess.
The movie was called...
They are so horrible. There's nothing more awful. I do not understand. How do you deal with that side of your constant life?
I don't.
Those judgy little rooms.
Little beady eyes staring at you. Girls' school was hell for me.
Oh, you went to girls' school?
I had the opposite.
You were like, where are the boys?
It was just comparison. Everywhere you looked, you had to be really strong. This episode of Miss Me contains very strong language and adult themes, which I know is making you want to listen even more.
Zawe, I'm going to ask you to welcome the world to Listen Bitch, because I do it every week.
How shall I do it?
Well, it's very much open to interpretation, Listen Bitch. Lily's a bit more of I spoke to Lily today and she was like, listen, bitch. I was like, I can't believe we have a show called that and you still say that to me on the phone.
And you're still saying it. I mean, I like to start lots of conversations saying listen. So I'm going to say, bitch, listen. Bitch, listen has a different timbre.
Do you know what? You text me. I'm so excited for Miss Me and Bitch Listen. I was like, Bitch Listen is not bad. Welcome to Bitch Listen. The theme is self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
We have things that we didn't talk about last week that we really want to get into. So if I have to take one of your questions to maternity wear, I will.
Yeah.
I can do it, and I will. Let's have our first question today, please. For Bitch Listen.
Bitch Listen.
Hi, Zawe and Miquita. I just want to say thank you for holding space for conversations like this. I've struggled with self-esteem for a long time, feeling like I'm not enough or like I'm always holding back who I really am. Zawe, watching how unapologetically you show up in your art and in your words, just in your present, has really inspired me. You've helped me start to believe that confidence isn't about being loud, but about being real. I guess my question is, how do you start becoming proud of yourself? How do you build that self-worth when it hasn't always been there? Thank you both for being voices of softness and strength that means more than you know.
Oh my God. See, they fucking get you on this show.
Genuinely going to have my first blow up of the conversation.
How do you get there? How did you get there?
Oh, first of all, thank you for that question and for being so open. Part of me is sort of feeling teary just because of just how vulnerable that person just made themselves. That level of vulnerability moves me always. But also what makes me a bit teary is this relationship that you have with people when you're a bit of a public person, which has this maybe level of projection where you're projecting something, they're projecting something onto you, so the idea that this person thinks that I'm more confident, potentially more authentic somehow than them, to me does not feel true or balanced. And that's, anyway.
No, but that's really good to say, I think.
I think that's really real. And my part of the answer would be, it is not easy. And actually maybe worth saying something, because you, listener, have been so vulnerable, that I recently found out about myself, which I haven't really told any family or friends. So it will be an exclusive for my beloveds close to me.
On Listen Bitch right now, okay.
And it is related to this question. So I have been convinced for a long time I had ADHD. Convinced. Then when all the discourse about it was coming out online, and especially women saying, I was diagnosed in later life, I've been doing so much masking and building all these coping strategies around it. And then finally hearing I had ADHD was this really releasing moment, because it's been something that's been really hard to live with. So I went for an assessment the other day, because I was just like, stop saying every time you read something online about ADHD, I think I'm undiagnosed. It's irresponsible. Just go and get an assessment. And I went in and I was like, you do these forms before you go. And I went in and I was like, it's okay, you can tell me, it's bad. I've got it
bad,
it's all right. Just let me know now. And the guy was like, let's just do the official protocol, shall we? The 90-minute chat. And then I don't have it.
Shit.
But what I was like, but I do. And he was like, no, you don't have it. I can't score you highly enough on some of these things to say that you have a disorder, because the last D in ADHD, right, is disorder. He was like, you have human things. You're a flawed human being like many others. Anyway, so I was like, okay. But he said, I want you to test you for something else, which is RSD, which is rejection sensitive dysphoria, rejection sensitive dysphoria, which is associated with ADHD, but it can be associated with lots of other things. And I did that test in the room and scored pretty high.
Really highly.
I was like, does everyone score this high? He was like, no.
Great that they tested you for something else.
It has opened my eyes, because it is the self-esteem test in lots of ways. It is the people pleasers disease. It's not obviously a disease, but it's the people pleasing neurodivergence. And it's about fear of failure. It's about, this hypervigilance that you sometimes build up as a means to just avoid criticism.
Right.
And avoid those feelings of like, essentially rejection.
Pain.
And so I would say to you, listener, it has been such a long journey of getting to know about what my self-esteem levels are. And I think for my life, they've probably been pretty low. When you think about what self-esteem is, people who can maybe create boundaries and who can walk away from interactions feeling like, good about themselves, and who can be in the workplace and just, move through any challenges and not be sort of derailed by thoughts of the things that went wrong, or leave relationships on time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's time to exit. I'm going to go.
Ask for what they want. Ask for what they need.
Yeah.
You know who's good at this? Simon Amstel.
Wow.
All those things above. But he takes a lot of mushrooms. And he said that really helped.
At this point, we'll try anything. But what's amazing is, like you're saying about Simon or you, when you have this public persona, a lot of your self-esteem just gets projected that way. And then behind the scenes, we're potentially dealing with something that's quite different. So I would say I haven't reached any plateau of like self-esteem, but I'm really glad that I can be inspiring to anyone who feels that they want to be more authentically themselves. Because I think I do have that. I have that. But then in other ways, I don't.
I wonder if like on a bit higher level, like George Clooney, like I wonder how he deals with self-esteem, because we have public lives and there is projection on us, but imagine being like that kind of famous and that kind of, the stuff that we put on people of that level, that must be so heavy to hold, because everyone's a fucking mess and everyone's definitely just trying to like heal the inner child. Even George Clooney. I think that's important to know.
I think the higher up the frame tree you climb, the thinner the self-esteem air gets.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
I imagine so.
Because you have to, I love the School of Life. Do you love the School of Life? Alain de Botton and this whole...
Oh, yes, Alain de Botton.
And Alain de Botton. And I remember, I just got back from France, so I think...
Oh, so this is from Bordeaux. This is why I'm doing this.
For pronunciation was really spot on. And there's this like selection of this pack of like cards or like, phrases that they have, like inspiring phrases that they have in this pack of cards. And one of them is, the sign of good parenting is that your child has no desire to be famous.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Isn't that right?
Yeah. Because that must mean that they love themselves enough to not need all that from other places, exterior places.
The applause and acceptance of strangers means nothing. We need to be looking to the scientists, the doctors, the people who do that kind of work to really think about what self-esteem might look like. Mm-hmm. There have always been storytellers. And I think what I don't want to do is disparage what I do because I think storytelling is extremely important and a way that you can actually build your self-esteem. You can get so much from, theatre can be transformative. Stories are transformative, and the stories we tell ourselves are basically the script of our lives. So I don't want to disparage that, but I think there is something about this society that we find ourselves in now in the West, where it's like the priorities need to get real. It's not about this projected sense of self. It's really about what happens when things are very quiet and no one is watching.
Bingo. Let's have another question, please.
Bitch, listen.
That was only one question for Bitch Listen. Let's have a fucking another one.
Hi there. My name's Saskia and I'm from Oxford. And my question today about self-esteem is, when you wake up in the morning and you put on a really like good outfit and you're like looking in the mirror and you're like, yeah, like, I actually look fucking hot, and you're like having a great time, feeling yourself, and you're like ready to like conquer the day. And then like you see something or you read something and your like self-esteem just plummets in like the space of like 5 minutes. How do you like cope with that? Or like, do you even feel like this? And like, how do you come back from it and, like choose to kind of continue with your day? Or how does it affect you? Anyway, yeah, love the podcast. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
I
think it doesn't take much to drag you back down. It takes so much to take yourself up.
I mean, the queen of cute outfits is in front of me. The queen of cute outfits.
Stop right there.
Sustainable, always sustainable, slow fashion.
£2 top.
Hello.
Don't test me. Thanks, Zawe.
How did you feel when you still step out in those cutie patootie outfits?
Do you know what? Fine, until I look at fucking Instagram, and it's not about whatever maybe social media says it's about. It's about the fact that comparison is the death of creativity and self-esteem, I believe.
Yes.
And to the point where I think isolation is actually quite good for self-esteem. I spend a lot of time on my own reading the things that fire me up, watching documentaries that make me think, working, coming up with ideas for the work I want to do in the world. Like that stuff to me builds up my self-esteem to then return to the world and be a better person at the pub, whatever. But like, I need time on my own to remember what it is I like and what makes me excited.
Yes.
Then my self-esteem is pretty high. If I, Oprah says that like, we were never meant to look at the other guy so much.
No.
You're not meant to look at the other people in the race. Like it makes you trip.
Yeah. God.
And so the fact that we have tools that are literally based on comparison, it's just obviously isn't a good idea when thinking about what one really needs for one's own self to feel good. It kind of homogenizes the idea of happiness, self-esteem and values. Like these are the things that make us feel good. Fashion, power, success, celebrity. It's like, nah, that's so not true.
It's not true.
So I'd say isolation. It's a really good one.
Isolation is a way to build yourself back up. Yeah. Oh, I get so sad by these questions are sad. Why do we have to live like this? It's so, it makes me feel so angry. And it's true. Yeah. How do you sustain that feeling? How do you bottle that feeling when you're like, I've hit the highs of feeling, kind of in myself and loving myself and cute. Was it Dangerous Minds or was it Sister Act, the line where it's like anyone can get an A, but it's keeping an A?
I think that's Dangerous Minds.
Thank you. It's Michelle Pfeiffer.
Very good. Exciting game to play with you, though.
I love that for us.
Was it Sister Act 2? Or I was like, I'm listening. It was Dangerous Minds. So sorry, say that again. It's one thing to get an A.
And keep an A.
Yeah,
because getting an A feels damn good. And like this listener has said, when you get that instant, moment where you're like, I'm feeling myself. But how do we sustain that? I mean, in terms of putting on a cute outfit, I don't really haven't known really so much what that is these days.
Well, how are you feeling? How do you feel pregnant? Like truly, like aesthetically, like in yourself, like when it comes to like clothes you want to put on and the way you feel about walking out the door. Is it true that one just feels very sexy and like I'm growing something?
For some. I would say, maternity wear is quite violent. I would say it's a violence.
No, this is what Zawe said to me. She said on a voice note, she went, I want to talk about maternity work because it's not okay and it's violent. And I couldn't stop laughing. So I did my own research and it's fucking hideous.
It's bad.
And it makes no sense because it is a huge market.
Yeah.
And kids is a huge market that every business and brand has looked at, you know, and funneled money into and ideas and marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Who are the big hitters in maternity?
I don't know so well. I don't know who is. What's crazy is there's not maternity wear really in the shop. So when you go into a shop and you ask the maternity section, it is like as big as the like leggings section in any shop that you
it's like 2 rails.
It's like 2 rails. So like you have to do a lot of it online. But what I can't work out, listener, and this will pertain to your question, is why they want you to look like a baby.
Yes, it's either infantile or sort of second thoughty.
Well, just like outfits that you should go and sit at your loom in. It feels like that's the messaging. It's like, retire from society.
And sort of play the harp.
Sit with your loom in your floral, wrap dress and goodbye for now. And it's really depressing. I actually had a real meltdown the first time I had to go buy maternity wear.
No, but that's really interesting. Goodbye for now. Because there must be something in it. Like, why isn't this industry big? Because it's sort of essentially, historically, we've been told to like get back in your cage with your bad genes.
Yeah.
With your bad maternity genes. We don't want to see you.
No one wants to see you. We love you. We deify you, mothers. But also, you piss us off. Just go just go somewhere that we can't see you. I actually had a meltdown in Westfield. And I was so upset. And so, again, pertaining to the question, I had to walk away from that type of clothing and try and find my identity again in clothes. I was like, I didn't realize how much emotion clothes were for me, how much they stored for me. Mm-hmm. So actually, I don't think you can ever underestimate the power of clothing.
Totally.
Which I did before. I was card-carrying member of the itty bitty titty committee. I didn't have to think, things just fell on me. And androgyny was not my mask. What was it? It was my thing, androgynous. I was like, that's me. I have a vibe.
Did that come from VOD, Fresh Meat? Or who came first? VOD as a character you played in your life, or this androgynous person within? I think
the androgynous person was there, already. And then that sort of compounded it. It's because, again, I was in the feedback loop of people being like, oh my God, you're so androgynous. That's so cool. I was like, do that a little bit more then. If people are loving it.
Amp that up.
And now I'm card-carrying member of like Auntieville.
No. I'm going to ask you the straight question. As a pregnant woman today, what is it you need from clothes?
I need to be able to access shapes, textures, and vibes that would be there anyway.
Yes, quite.
I don't want someone to go, no more leather jacket for you. You're too big, I want that. Or
here's a pleather one with elastic.
Why?
No, don't do that to me.
What? It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing to us? Why do I have to give up wearing what's something I really love to wear, and then just like even a simple Breton top,
right?
Please don't make suddenly the stripes very, very odd and much thinner than the regular Breton. And don't add the buttons.
Yes. It's like maternity wear has become its own terrible style. And it's like, we're not all just suddenly unstylish bitches because we're growing a baby. We have to move on though, Zawe, you chatty chat. Why don't you ask for the next question, babe?
Can we have the next question for Bitch Listen?
Bitch Listen.
Hi, Miquita and Zawe. My name is Annabelle and I live in Nottingham. My question for you on self-esteem is, do you think self-esteem is gendered? Do women tend to have lower self-esteem when compared with men, or vice versa? What are your thoughts? Thanks so much. I love listening to the podcast.
Oh, thank you, honey. Do you know what?
I love it too.
Autumn. Thanks. Thanks, Aaron.
I love it. I'm a fan. I'm sitting here like I shouldn't have been let in here.
It's like going on the Desmond set all over again, isn't it? It's like, wow.
Even better.
Stepping
Even better.
in.
Even better.
No, I was going to say my autumn, that used to work with me. She went to a girls' school. And she said it was absolutely brilliant for their self-esteem because men weren't there. So you weren't worried about having too many opinions, trying to look attractive in PE or whatever. You were really focused on what you wanted to get out of your school life. And I was like, the distraction that boys were. I mean, a wonderful, thrilling distraction. But imagine if they weren't there. How focused you'd be. Like Autumn's really, really, what's the right word? Confident, articulate, well-read, but like she really knows herself and she's really brave all the time in her opinions and thoughts. And I really think once she told me that, I was like, I think it might stem from that, from not having boys around for her whole school life.
Wow. Girls' school was hell for me.
Oh, you went to girls' school?
I had the opposite.
You were like, where are the boys?
I was like, this is damaging. It was good that I wasn't around them because I'm a highly sensitive person. And again, that affects self-esteem in a big way.
But what did you find? This is interesting. What did you find damaging about being around just women, but a one-gendered school?
I think there was something that, again, like we've just said about the comparison thing. It was just comparison. Everywhere you looked, you had to be really strong to break away from the sort of the herd mentality. And the popular girls being defined by clothing or hair or race, let's be honest. I just felt that the hierarchical divisions were just, they were just so strong. And then I would go to my drama class on the Friday and Saturday, which was mixed and just seemed to have maybe a little bit more balance. But is self-esteem gendered? Wow. God, that's a really powerful question.
What girls' school did you go to?
I went to a school in my first year 7, called Elizabeth Garrett Anderson, EGA. But I was very, very bullied there. So the gendered self-esteem or kind of the question of that, I think, was quite high because I was like, how could other women be being this cruel and damaging my self-esteem? Because all I want to do is just kind of be with this this tribe, and everyone was very funny and like my group, but sadly there was just a lot of bullying. And then I went to a school called Parliament Hill, which was ages away from Hackney, because I had to move.
You went Parliament Hill, yeah?
It wasn't really anyone's choice. We just had to get me out of that first school because it was so bad. Like some of the girls really wanted to kind of kill me. And
can I ask, were they white? Most of them. This was
a predominantly non-white school.
Oh my goodness.
And so that was really painful. I mean, we haven't talked about our biracial upbringings, but on the same question as like, is self-esteem gendered? Is it racialized? Especially in the West.
I was really badly bullied. I don't even really like saying that because I feel like so many people were bullied in school, but I was really badly bullied. And it was black girls quite often. And that was because they were told by society, and when I say society at that point, I mean R&B music videos, which is like, that was culture to us. They were huge.
Yeah.
Every music video, if it was like a black rapper, artist, singer, whatever, the love interest girl was always mixed race or light-skinned. So dark-skinned girls were being told that no matter what, this girl is more attractive to your man or your mate or whatever you might want. They'll go here first. And I didn't feel attractive. I felt really uncomfortable and unattractive in my own skin when I was about 12. But what I did was I became immersed in white culture because of a summer away.
Where did you go?
Holland Park. Holland Park. So I was like, they'll get this. No. A black girl wearing like purple DMs and having her dreads and camo army trousers. I was like, they came for me. And I thought I was going to be so popular. So it was really, really hard. and sort of made me, I suppose, lean even more into wishing I was more of my white side, wishing I looked more like this phantom white father that I had that I didn't know very well. But why didn't I look more like that and get that hair? And, you know, even though the black girls that were bullying me probably were threatened by the fact that they were told that I had nicer hair, but I didn't feel like it was white enough. So I think race really comes into self-esteem because this is the first time I've felt whole with both.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You know, like I really feel Scottish, white, black, Antiguan, African. I've never felt both at the same time. And I think that's what's made me a better human being over the last 5 years, a better broadcaster, a better friend, a better family member. It's actually making me want to cry.
You should cry because I feel tearful. It's such a long journey.
Yeah, like maybe a better person in the world to like understand yourself wholly after jumping from side to side as a mixed race person my whole life, whichever one was safer.
Yeah. And it is about where your safety is. It's so much to do with survival, and living with a split is hard enough for any person. But when that's a racialized cultural split, it's really big. And to be able to say that you've brought that together in wholeness is huge. I mean, I could talk about this for another hour, maybe we will, but it's massive, Keats. And I had a similar story. You know, I
What's your mix? Your mum's Ugandan?
My mum's Ugandan and my dad is, well, English, we thought half Cornish. And then he did the family tree and he's like French Jewish. And I'm like, I kind of knew that. I had like a deep intuition that I was both
You're
of the...
so French Jewish. Oh my God.
Can we just...
That's just
Can
great.
we just... It makes deep
What
sense.
discovery?
It makes deep sense. But I had always felt I wanted to be more with my friends of color. I really was like, I had loads of mixed friends. But in that instance, I was like getting some kind of acceptance or entry to this group of young Black women is extremely important for me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, not only was it not coming, but they were telling me that they thought I was essentially like a white person.
Yes.
And there was like a white girl in the group who they were like, she's more Black than you. I just remember being like, why? Has she ever been to Africa? Do you know, at this point I spent so much exclusive time growing up in Uganda. I was like, what makes her more Black than this girl here?
This chick?
And they were like, well, she does more Black things. And thereby opened a very unhealthy box, which tells the tale of their levels of self-esteem, which was sadly extremely low. And they'd been failed by society already. And I was like, okay, so what are white things and what are Black things? It was like, white things are reading books and going to the library, which is what you like to do. And I was like, oh, no.
But what a disservice to Black people, right?
It was hell.
The idea of reading a book is for white people, because that's sort of essentially what they've been told.
That's what they'd been told. And that is... At that time when you're being bullied, you think these bullies have all the self-esteem, they have all the answers and they seem to have the confidence. And then you go fast forward in time and you're like, the self-esteem amongst that group was so low. We need to do like a separate show on this.
Oh, Zawe Ashton, you delightful bitch. We are going to have a little break and then we'll come back for more delightful conversation with this wonderful woman.
You can listen to every episode of Miss Me on BBC Sounds.
You really can. And like last week's episode where we talked about acting, aging, motherhood, race and children's television, obviously.
Hello, Miss Me viewers. I'm Roman Kemp.
And I'm Tom Grennan, and we're dropping in to introduce you to You About.
Each week we have very unfiltered conversations about the sort of stuff we usually say for our group chat.
Join us for our weekly conversation, otherwise known as a podcast. Catch it on BBC Sounds.
Welcome back to said delightful conversation with this wonderful woman.
I missed you.
Good. It's called Miss Me. It's not, but there is a question mark, which I like. It's like, miss me? It's not miss me.
Yeah. Again, the intonation is always...
This title is intonationed up. That was important to us.
Could we have another question, please, caller?
Hey, Miquita, and whoever your listen bitch guest is this week. This is Claire from Aotearoa, New Zealand. I've just finished work and I'm driving home and it's really cold. It's about 10 o'clock at night. I'm a dance teacher. Finished late and I'm looking forward to getting home and snuggling in my bed. In regards to self-esteem, I was wondering if you guys think there's a limit to having good self-esteem. So we know we don't want to have low self-esteem. We want to try and believe in ourselves. But is there a point where having high self-esteem crosses the line into being arrogant? And how do we know where that line is, particularly when you're dealing with your children? So I've got a 4-year-old and it made me think, you know, you build their confidence up and you give them confidence, but at what point do you have to kind of pull that ego and that esteem back a little bit so they don't become arrogant? Let me know. Cheers.
Do you think it's nuts that there's like a dance teacher in New Zealand listening to Miss Me? Like, I just fucking love that.
You're international, bitch.
It's fucking international, bitch.
You may need a new segment. International, bitch.
International, bitch. Thank you. I love that question. I would love to talk to Zawe about that because you are raising one person and about to raise another little person.
Yeah.
And my cousin was talking to me, because she has 2 kids, about when she saw the arrival of the ego in her children, because of course we all have one. So to watch it arrive, it's like, is this maybe the time to mold it into the perfect human being? Of course not.
I think the idea that you can mold a new life is fallacy. That's my stance, right? One of my favorite poems is a poem called On Children. It's actually also a song by an amazing vocal harmony group called Sweet Honey in the Rock.
I know who Sweet Honey in the Rock are.
Let's not. We need another segment.
Don't you dare say Sweet Honey in the Rock to
You
me.
bring Sweet Honey in the Rock.
I'm going to have to say it to my mum. Don't you bring them here. Wow. Gospel, right?
Gospel
group.
A cappella harmony group, you know, about 10 Black American women.
Wait, is it your children are not your children? They are the sons and the daughters of light,
longing for itself.
They come from you, but they are not from you.
And though they are with you, they belong not to you.
Wow. I can't believe I know what you're talking about.
It's 2 new members they didn't know they needed. But it's a poem by a poet called Khalil Gibran. I hope I said his name right. American Lebanese poet. And it's the place to start, I would say, in terms of child-rearing. Because it's your children are not your children. They are the sons and the daughters of life's longing for itself. Then there's another line which is like...
Oh, I never knew what that line said. I used to always go, longing for itself.
Life's longing for itself. They come through you but are not from you. And though they are with you, they belong not to you. And then there's another line in the poem, which I don't think is in the song, which is basically like, you are the bow that these live arrows fly from.
Right.
And everyone likes a sturdy bow, essentially.
That's right.
And so I'm now realizing, like, you are the amount of self-esteem your child will have, potentially.
Wow.
Maybe the fact that you might think that you can be like, here's this self-esteem. But if it's just like a hand of air because you don't have any yourself, it's not going to translate. I think it's something you have to model. I don't know if it's something you can give. Therefore, in answer to that question, is it something you can then like control if you see it kind of getting to a place that you think is kind of, you know, creating a narcissist or something? I just don't know. I think it's all self-esteem is modeling. So I'm working away on mine big time so I can, you know, be that.
Yeah. And energy is the most powerful thing we have. You know what I mean? So if that is what you are like emitting, and that is what it will be felt and learnt from. I find it with this building a business, it's so much of it is out of my comfort zone. So much of it, Zawe, particularly the language, the jargon, and I love words, so I found that quite scary. but there is a level of self-belief and a little bit of doulaliness within your self-esteem that one needs to do something huge, anything big.
Yeah.
You really do have to fucking find those big rooty parts of yourself that cannot be knocked.
Yeah.
The things you just know about yourself, which is, I don't know I can build a business, but I know that I can do whatever I put my mind to, and I can give people things they don't know they need.
Yes.
But there are parts of ourselves that we know won't be knocked. It's always good to hug them.
I think that's so true. And there's a difference between confidence, which you've just described beautifully, and that like reaching for that part of the ego that's like, I might be wrong, or like I might be living in an inflated place with this, but actually it's going to get me over the line of something.
Yeah.
That all sounds really healthy. I think what we're doing sometimes in this society and with all the like messaging online and stuff is like confusing confidence with like this narcissism. And what I've realized is true confidence that you've just described comes with having enough, and narcissism, which is this inflated sense of ego, comes from lack.
Exactly.
If you're meeting someone who's overinflated, they didn't get the thing.
Yeah. Or they haven't found it yet.
Or they haven't found it.
Final, why do you ask about it, darling, on this bloody beautiful afternoon with you?
Bloody beautiful afternoon. Come on, for our last question on Listen Bitch, or more recently known as Bitch Listen, make it a good one.
Make it a good one.
Boost our self-esteem with this question, okay?
Hey Zawe and Miquita, my name's Connor and I live in Sheffield. I love listening to the show, Miquita, and I'm excited to hear you on the podcast this week, Zawe. On the subject of self-esteem, my question for you guys is, was there ever a time where you pretended to feel more confident than you really felt in the moment? Have you ever practiced a fake it till you make it approach with self-esteem? And do you think it works or does it not? Thank you so much, guys.
Well, I'd like to talk about auditions with you, which you were saying were a little bit different for you because in Anna Share, they would come to see you guys play rather than you go out to lots of castings, or auditions. Yeah. But auditions, I imagine, have been throughout your life in some form.
Big part.
They are so horrible. There's nothing more awful. I do not understand. How do you deal with that side of your like constant life?
I don't.
Those judgy little rooms.
Those judgy little rooms, little beady eyes staring at you. Yeah, it's just so pick me, isn't it? It's just the pick me syndrome. And now I've been away from acting for a long time. I see so many of the deeply unhealthy parts of it. Yeah, they're hell. And now I find out I have like this rejection sensitivity dysphoria.
Yeah.
Like,
how are we going to work that in?
That wasn't manageable for me. But weirdly enough, I didn't really mind if I didn't get auditions. It was more like, that interaction with like the man in the corner shop was awkward. Was that my fault? Like that was my...
Oh, that's what would play on your mind.
The big rejections, I'm like, I'm cool. I'm rolling with it. And then the small ones would be like, I'm going to be thinking about this for 1 year.
What about if, this is what I can't imagine. What about if you get really close to a role, you don't get it, someone else gets it, and then you watch their life inextricably change? That's tough. Because of said role.
That's tough. What's even tougher is if you turn something down and it turns out to be like Friends. And you're like, and I'm so bad at that. I mean, my list of those ones is quite...
Stop it, you're making me feel like Jonathan Ross or like a Daily Mail report because I'm like, oh, could you tell us one?
I would love to tell you one, but I don't know if I can tell you it. It's really big. And when I say it changed culture.
Oh, okay.
I can't. It changed culture. And I was at home watching this unfold and I was like, oh my God, it did lead to quite the mental breakdown.
I bet it fucking did. Is it a film or a TV show?
It's a film. It's a movie. It's a movie. It's a big movie. Anyway, the movie was called...
Oh my God. See, I know why you might have said, no, I don't think I want to do this.
It was complex. It was a divergence. It was roads upon roads upon roads meeting. And ultimately I was like, there's too many reasons that I have to walk away.
Fuck, and then had to watch that whole story unravel.
It was changing culture.
Didn't it bring cinema back?
It brought cinema back. It ushered in a new wave of like language and just cultural highlights.
Thank you for telling this story. It's really important to get it out.
It's important because the fake it till you make it question, like that is every day, not just if you're an actor, but I feel that every day. Every day I'm like, I am faking this. I don't know when the time or age or moment comes where you're like, it's in flow. I'm good. I'm moving from a place of like true knowing. The fake it till you make it. I don't know what I would do without it. And I'm really glad that I have the like psychological like means to actually do that, because some people don't. Some people can't fake it.
But there's lots of versions of it, isn't it? There's that Jennifer Aniston film, Picture Perfect, another 90s hitter. And she says the whole film is about her not faking it until she makes it, dressing for the job that she wants, not the job she has. So she makes this whole lie about the life she has, because she's sort of told by her bosses that you're not stable, we don't trust you with a promotion.
Yeah.
So I like that idea of sort of dressing for the job. I've definitely used clothes to get higher up in my career, for sure. I think clothes are very powerful.
Well, that's good. That answers the listener's question. But what times do you feel that you're really having to fake it till you make it? Red carpet is one of them, to be fair.
Oh God, I fucking hate
TBF, that's one of them.
You do that so well.
You do.
I suck. I cannot do the right face.
Brilliant at it.
No, I cannot do the right face. I don't know what happens to it. I just always go into like, I just can't do it. And I have a friend, Tall Phoebe, who just does this stance. She used to be a model, obviously, but she stands legs apart, shoulders up, direct. And I'm like, I do that and I don't look the same. You've got to believe it. But the other version of faking it till you make it, dressing for the job you want, wait, there was another good one.
Fake it till you make it it's actually, I think, needs to be framed really positively.
Definitely.
Because I like the way that we're talking about it. At one point I was like, imposter syndrome is my life and I can't come out from under the spectre of imposter syndrome. Everything I do, I feel like I'm an imposter. But then reframing it and being like, maybe an element of fake it till you make it is quite good.
Oh, I just remembered the thing. You just took me there. Okay.
Good.
Is it Shakespeare? All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players.
Yes.
Like it's not faking it. Living is play.
It is.
We're all just playing this game called life.
Yeah.
So I think that there isn't really, it's not got its own section. Living is faking it till you make it.
Faking it and making it. The second half of the sentence, what is the making it? Well, the making it is just feeling safe.
Peace.
And peaceful. You know, don't make it bigger than that. Like fake it until it feels real to you.
Oh, thank you for being here today. Thank you.
Bitch, listen.
You're really, bitch, listen.
I'm inspired. Right, I'm inspired by you. I really have to reflect something back to you, Keats. And it's so clear through the course of this conversation and other conversations that we've had that there's been so much shared experience and lived experience. I just really, as someone who didn't, none of us, brown kids growing up in the 80s and 90s and 2000, we didn't have a lot of people to look to. We were cobbling ourselves together through, lots of different icons and people, and suddenly someone would break through and that would suddenly change the game, and you feel like the playing field was shifting. And you were one of those people for me. Whatever you feel about the visibility that you had at that time and the work that you were doing at that time, it has inspired me. So anything you feel about me, I feel like I've got so much from your presence in this, industry and world. And now I get to know you as a person. Everyone wants to be your best friend. And Bob's not your best friend, but I'm like, I know you. I'm like, I know her, not in a creepy way. I'm like, yes, she is excellent. And guess what?
I know that bitch.
I know her. She likes me.
We get on.
I'm pretty good great too.
I would usually be like, oh, stop. But today I'm actually going to say thank you very much. No, I can't say the rest. I tried. I was going to say.
Take it to heart.
I think the work that I've done it has been powerful, definitely for young mixed race people and Black people and brown people. And I'm really happy to that if I died tomorrow, I did that. I was part of that in some way. That really means a lot to me.
Good.
I take it in.
I hope we've helped some people today.
And when you come back, because I think we might have to drag you back, even with baby in tow, we'll drag you away from your kid that you're breastfeeding. We're like, sorry, Lily's taking a week off. Yeah. And we'll probably call it bitch listen when it's Zawe doing it.
Yeah.
And no other guest, friend, person that's done this with me has incurred a name change of an item, which is so loved. So well done you.
It's in the intonation. Everything is intonation at the end of the day, isn't it? You can say the same thing.
Bitch listen. It's
Bitch
very
listen.
good.
Yeah. Truth tablets are coming.
Zawe Ashton, thank you so much. I love you.
Oh, love you. Proud of you.
The theme for next week's Listen Bitch is clubbing. Clubbing. The number is 08000 30 40 90. It hasn't changed. It hasn't. Zawe Ashton, you wonderful woman. Mwah.
Mwah. Go well. Thank you for the questions.
Peace and love to the world. Thank you for those questions.
Peace and love.